It's your man Vortex here, and welcome to my review of the Tonor TC30 USB condenser microphone. That's what it looks like. Obviously I'll show you that in a bit. And it does have 2 years warranty, which is great really. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimer is this is actually sent out to me by Tonor, so thank you very much, I do appreciate it. Yeah, I was not paid to this video and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And as you can see, it is a desktop USB condenser microphone. I'll explain the condenser part later on. And yeah, let's just see what you get in the box. So this is what you get. So key to 100% protection, 2-year warranty card, so that's very good. Manual, I'll go over in a bit. It should be plug and play. USB cable, which is USB-A to, I think it's Type-C. So yeah, Type-C, so that's pretty good. It's good that they've gone away from like micro USB. This should be the pop filter. Yeah. Obviously I'll show you this all set up in a bit. And it just clips on like that. Tripod, again I'll show you how that's set up. There's the brand. It's a little larger than I expected. It's all plastic. You should be able to put this on boom arm, I think. So yeah, I'm going to go over the user guide, and obviously I'll show you then what it's all like when it's set up. But obviously there's the branding. On the back is the Type-C, and that's it. And you speak into the top. It's a cardioid microphone, but obviously I'll explain that in a bit. It should be plug and play for Windows 10 because I've actually tried it before it. So here's the actual manual. Again, it should be plug and play for your example, but this is what it is. So English, German, French, Italian and Spanish. Just information about that. Obviously I'm going to go through the English part. So obviously you've seen the microphone, the shock mount and pop filter, tripod, the 2-meter USB cable, the manual, which is this, and the after sales card. There is the frequency response, which seems okay. So cardioid pattern, so basically you have to just speak into the top. So it's 16-bit to 16-bit for 8 kHz, which is more than enough. Frequency response 50 Hz to 20 kHz, more than enough. And there's all the other numbers if you want to check the actual specs, everything there, and obviously 2-meter cable. So just how you set it up with Mac. Personally, I use Windows 10, but I also presume this is Windows 11 compatible as well. FAQ warranty. And yeah, that's about into German. So I'm just going to set it up now so you can see what it looks like. So this is just what it looks like with the pop filter off. And the pop filter just clips into there, very straightforward. You can adjust this if you want to. You can see like the actual bands in there, so it is adjustable, which you have to do it a bit if you want the microphone pop filter to sit right. I'll show you that in the next clip. But that looks like what it's on the tripod. You can fit this onto boom arms, which is probably what I'd recommend, because there is some negatives with it on a desk, but I'll explain that in the review part later on in the video. And that's just what it looks like with the pop filter off. And again, you speak into the top, into here. You don't speak into the sides. Cardioid means in the top. So again, this is what it looks like with the pop filter on. I've pushed the microphone back a little bit, so there's a little bit of gap there. That's just how it looks. Again, you speak into the very top. Yeah, and that's what it looks like. So in the next clip, I'm going to go through what it looks like on Windows 10. Then I'll do some microphone tests with the pop filter off, on, and then just like with the keyboard, so you can hear that the keys are clacking away to see what they sound like. And then really onto my thoughts and opinions really. And yeah, so actually onto Windows 10 to see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like in Windows 10. It should always be plug and play, so it should plug it straight in, no fuss. Comes up here, as you can see, microphone Tonor TC30, which is right. And also I'm using the microphone now to actually record it, as you can see my level there. So you just click properties, levels. Now this was 88% on mine, which is far too high when you plug it in. So I recommend changing it to a maximum of 70%. Otherwise it picks up everything and it will clip. So I recommend no more than 70%. Click advanced. Make sure it's under one channel, 16-bit 48 kilohertz or 48,000 hertz, which is the max. And yeah, that's it. So very straightforward. It should be plug and play. If not, obviously the information was in the actual user guide. So onto the actual microphone test. I'm maybe about 3 inches from the pop filter. Speaking normal volume in a quiet room. I may boost this in post, but I will label it in the video if I do that. And now I took the pop filter off. I'm about the same kind of space. So please bring pizza pronto. Please bring pizza pronto. That might pick up some clipping or not. Obviously I'll check it in post. And now I put the pop filter back on. And this is just a quick kind of keyboard test of a mechanical keyboard, maybe about 20 inches away to the right hand side. So this is what it sounds like. Just some bit of typing on the keyboard. If you have a normal keyboard it might be a bit quieter, but this is just what it sounds like. And now back to me speaking normally with the pop filter on, and that's it. So you've just heard the microphone tests and the actual Windows 10 setup. I think this thing sounds great, but I will say again, no more than 70% in Windows, in 10 in the settings. I recommend it, say, with the pop filter on, and I do ultimately recommend it for for long time use and like longer lengths. To use it with some kind of boom arm, you know, just something to keep it in front of your keyboard and stop obviously the keyboard noise, you know, the buttons, you know, to keep the noise down and to make it a little bit close to your mouth, because you'll just pick up all the noises off the actual keyboard and things like that. But yeah, I'm really happy with the actual sound quality. It is very affordable. The US cable is of good quality and about 2 meters in length. And I do like it's very easy not to make any mistakes. You just speak into the top. Very straightforward microphone. Not much to say really. The build quality is all plastic, but to me that's perfectly fine. The tripod is not too bad, but again, for long-term use I'd recommend some sort of boom arm. Obviously it's Type-C as well, so if the cable ever goes bad or if you have to get another cable, that's it, to Type-C. So I do like it. The build, it's all plastic, but the build quality is actually fine really. So not much to say about it. It does the job. It's very affordable. Sound quality is great. Just be careful of obviously your levels. All plastic doesn't really make much difference really. But yeah, it's probably one of the best quality mics I've tried, and it's in its actual price range. Just have to expect it's not perfect. You know, obviously, you know, you might have to spend a little bit more to get an arm, but the actual sound quality is fine. Just make sure if you can, you might need to treat your room to keep the noise down, because condenser microphones are very sensitive, so they pick up everything. Because dynamic microphones typically have better background noise rejection. This does less, but if you're careful with the levels, I don't see any big deals really. And yeah, so I do recommend it. Again, it's not perfect. Just watch the level, no more than 70%. Use the pop filter, and ultimately, if you can, use a mic arm. And yeah, I think it's great for what it is. And obviously, if you're a streamer, podcasts, or just for talking to your friends through PC or on Windows, it's an easy recommendation for me. So yeah, I like to add kind of as a negative, but for me and probably most users it doesn't really ultimately matter, is there is no gain control on the microphone. But to me that doesn't really matter. You just go into Windows, set it to what it is, and then basically you leave it alone. And there's something that would be useful if they ever do revise this model is a mute button. I think would be very useful. Maybe somewhere on the rear, somewhere around here or on the side, I think would be very useful, because sometimes you need to do that. Otherwise, the only way you can do it if you're on a chat is to mute it, you know, via software. But yeah, apart from that, this is a and what I've said previously, it's a decent mic. I think it sounds really good for what it is. And yeah, so yeah, thank you very much for watching, and take care.